Hey everybody, Mike here with iSMELL. Hope this video is finding y'all well, that y'all are smelling good and feeling great. In today's video, we will be discussing a fragrance that I've had now for about a little over a month. I've got several wearings out of it, and today I am ready to do a full and in-depth review. It comes from the Middle Eastern house of AFNAN, and the name of the fragrance is Turathi Blue. We have a ton of information to get through in this review. I'll see y'all on the other side of the intro. So Turathi Blue was launched late 2021, so it is a fairly new release. As is going to be the case with many fragrances coming out of the Middle East, information regarding its development is going to be kind of scarce. Having said that, I was unable to find out who the perfumer and or perfumers were who created this fragrance. What I can say with a fair amount of confidence though is that this fragrance is catching a bit of a wave within the community due to multiple people reporting it to share similarities to a couple of different fragrances, specifically a $300 fragrance from Bvlgari called Tygar, as well as the infamous and extremely popular Bleu de Chanel. Turathi Blue is going to be through and through and at its very core a blue fragrance. For those of y'all who are unaware what a blue fragrance is, it is a fragrance that is specifically designed to be versatile, mass appealing, and it will usually consist and be built around some sort of citrus accord. I am happy to report that Turathi Blue is exactly that. It is a highly versatile, extremely mass appealing fragrance that is fresh and clean, also slightly spicy, but it is built around that citrus accord. Okay, so normally before I review a quote-unquote clone fragrance, I tend to want to purchase a sample. That way I can properly compare the two and let you know how close they are to each other. Unfortunately, in this case, I don't have a sample to provide. I do apologize. What I'm gonna do instead is provide some feedback of people within the community who have smelt both Turathi Blue as well as Tygar. Mind you, these are people who ultimately did influence my decision to purchase Turathi Blue.
It's similar to Bleu de Chanel. It's also been compared to Tygar. I think it's kind of both.
Yeah. Blue Turathi lasts longer than the original Tygar. It's a fourth of the price. And it's about 97% there.
Not close to this. I would say this is close to it, but not close enough to call it like 100% accurate. But for the price that you guys gonna pay, Turathi Blue is definite win.
So yeah, all signs point to Turathi Blue being a fairly accurate reinterpretation of Tygar, which in and of itself is a huge feat considering you can purchase Turathi Blue for right around the $60 price point. Before we talk about what I smell on this fragrance though, let's talk a bit about the presentation, because anybody who is already familiar with Middle Eastern houses are fully aware that they do take pride in their presentation. When you purchase a bottle of Turathi Blue, it is going to come in a fairly regal box. A couple things I want to point out is that this emblem right here is machined metal, but the edges, they do feel very sharp, and I don't want you cutting your finger on this stuff. Just be aware of that. And on the back, there are going to be ingredients. I say that because we will be revisiting that here later. The fragrance itself is going to be encased inside of the box, and they do provide a message. AFNAN provides a message. I'm going to read that out to you now. It says, "For the man carrying on a legacy, a man in control of his life, out to achieve his goals, overcoming all hurdles of life to reach success. A scent that speaks volumes about inner strength and magnificent presence." So that is the spirit that Turathi Blue means to evoke, and it's a nice little touch. As it relates to the bottle itself, it is going to be a heavy glass bottle. It comes in a 90 milliliter size and is an EDP concentration. One of the best touches is that you can literally see the juice level inside this bottle. I always appreciate when you can see the juice level. The only knock about this entire presentation is going to be the cap. Although it is a heavy metal cap, it can be a pain at times to close this cap, but as long as it clicks in place, yeah, it's securely closed. You can hold it from the cap. There's going to be no issues there. Notable notes on Turathi Blue is going to contain up top citrus notes. The middle is going to be comprised of both woody notes as well as an amber accord. And then the base is going to be dominated by musk, patchouli, as well as spices. It is also worth noting that I do pick up on a fair amount of ambroxan, which makes sense considering that Turathi Blue is a Tiger clone, and Tiger is said to be an ambroxan bomb itself. I'm gonna give you a couple sprays, let you know what I smell on this fragrance. Just be aware that I do think the atomizer is above average. It has a wide distribution and sprays evenly. It's not the best atomizer in my collection, but by no means is it going to be the worst either. Yeah, so immediately upon spraying, you're going to be introduced to a fair amount of pungent citrus notes, which is going to put you in a similar realm with fragrances such as Bleu de Chanel, Missoni Pour Homme, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever, as well as Tiger. Obviously, it isn't going to be as rich and complex as, say, Bleu de Chanel, but it is going to be more sweet versus Bleu de Chanel. It is sweet, but in fact it's bittersweet, but it's nowhere near on the realm of being as sour as Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever. It has an amazing scent bubble and it smells pleasant, but I will admit that when you smell it up close, it does smell slightly synthetic, dare I even say scratchy. I did look this up, I did do some more research, and come to find out there is a fair amount of aroma chemicals in this fragrance. That's why I said that we were going to be revisiting the box later. I am going to be reading those aroma chemicals now. I'm sure the hardcores will love and appreciate this, and I'm gonna butcher the names obviously, but the names are benzyl salicylate, limonene, coumarin, citronellol, citrol, as well as linalool. It is important to note that all of these aroma chemicals do come together and work together to create the citrus accords that you are smelling in Turathi Blue. Again, I think this fragrance smells absolutely pleasant, but for those of y'all who are sensitive to aroma chemicals, it is worth putting that information out there, because I do think that if you spray this fragrance too much, it will give you a headache and you will absolutely go nose blind. There's not going to be much in terms of development as Turathi Blue transitions into the middle and into the late dry down, other than a noticeable amount of ambroxan and musk. The musk in Turathi Blue does sort of have that Middle Eastern signature about itself. The fragrance does sit on a woody base, but again, I think that woody base is going to be comprised of aroma chemicals. I'm no expert by no means, but I think the aroma chemical giving it that feeling is going to be the linalool, because I've heard that it gives an aroma and it smells like spicy wood. As it relates to the performance of Turathi Blue, that's going to be somewhat of a mixed bag, with some people claiming that it has absolute beast mode performance, while other people claim it even has subpar performance. I do think it's somewhere in the middle. I honestly feel like this is a fragrance people are going nose blind to. I say that because me personally, I have gone nose blind to the fragrance myself. On my skin though, I get about 2 hours worth of projection, followed by a solid 5 hours worth of longevity, which is going to be above average considering I get that same performance with Bleu de Chanel. In terms of versatility, I do believe it's a highly versatile fragrance, but that's no surprise because many blue fragrances are designed to be that way. I do want to start wearing this fragrance in the summer heat. Like I said, I just got this fragrance about a month and a half ago, so I have not been able to wear it in Texas summers, but I do feel like those musks and the heat are going to work together very well. It's going to give the fragrance a bit of density and it's going to help it perform. At the end of the day, the question is, do I recommend this fragrance? And it's yes and it's no. It all depends on the person. If you are a lover of blue fragrances, the blue genre, and you want some versatility, you want to select different fragrances, by all means pick it up. If you want to experience Bvlgari Tygar on a budget, I do believe this is going to be one of the better options. But if you already have Bleu de Chanel or Missoni Pour Homme and those are going to be the main fragrances you reach for, no, I don't think this is a must-have. This would be redundant to own in all honesty because it is kind of a hybrid, a cousin of those other fragrances I just mentioned. Personally, I have no qualms with owning the fragrance. It's going to be a dumb reach fragrance that I reach for in the summer, and that's going to help me to not burn through my entire bottle of Bleu de Chanel as quickly. Ultimately, I do think this is a good fragrance, but again, if you are sensitive to aroma chemicals, do come into this with a bit of apprehension because because you can go nose blind, possibly even get a headache. All right, you guys, that pretty much wraps up my review of Turathi Blue. Those are my thoughts and opinions on the fragrance. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoy fragrance-related content, if you found value in this video specifically, I am going to encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Listen, it takes like 2 seconds. Just click the button. It's free dollars. I certainly do appreciate it. Listen, we just cracked past 650 subs and we're on our way to 700. I love and appreciate the support. We have a ton of exciting content coming down the pipe, so please do make sure to stay tuned. Until next time, you guys, y'all take care, stay safe. Bye.